Nice keys on the beat.
In the his out. Are we live?
We are live.
Yes, we are absolutely live. Double up. Champion. How you feeling, sir?
It's Monday morning, new week. Let's kill it.
Stagnation, crypto warriors. There's nobody in the chat yet. But whenever you guys get here, we'll be rolling. As always.
Yeah, waiting for you.
Hope everyone is having a spectacular week. Well,
Yes, sir.
the week just started. I feel like we're the ones who sprinkled the gold dust on everyone's week, man.
I like how you said gold dust.
Yes. You know what I mean? We bless the week.
Yes.
So, interesting topic we're talking about today, man. I think this one is I think this is proof that we are in an era where there is something new happening, right? And like any other time, like we have mentioned in multiple videos before, right? We've seen it with the internet, we've seen it with the .com era,
Yeah.
and I don't know if there was another one, the phone, right? The telephone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is very similar to that, right? Crypto, there's a lot of resistance, but eventually it will evolve into something that is really beautiful.
Massively
Yes,
adoption.
exactly. Massively adopted, right? It's going to be the norm. There we go. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
the
about.
norm. Yeah.
But of course, with Bitcoin really being the one leading that, and so
That's the question. That is the question.
that's the question.
That is the big risk.
Now, before we jump into this here, double, I think
Champion.
it is always good to roll back and really see where we started from.
Mm-hmm.
When we think of the crypto environment and Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
we know that traditional banks have not necessarily been a fan of crypto. They felt threatened by it, right? Sometimes, crypto has made them cry. We understand. But given that, given the whole landscape of things right now, where it always seems like crypto is going to be uncertain, or Bitcoin, well, for those who understand Bitcoin, you understand that there was never any uncertainty.
Nope.
But for those who had doubts, right?
This show is for them.
Exactly. with the currently regulatory space.
They're waiting for regulations. So
exactly.
They must well wait.
Right. So for those people who doubt it. So, but we've also seen banks kind of, whether it's Jamie Dimon, right, coming out and saying Bitcoin is a scam.
It's
These
going
things are
to
not going to
zero.
work. Right.
Yeah.
And even Fidelity, they were not always a fan of crypto. So we've gone from there and we've now evolved to where we sit right now. Tell us more, dude.
Man, so most people start out their life just being regular, right? They work and they realize that inflation is eating away at their job. So they're like, wow, you know what? The only way to survive and get ahead is to invest, right?
Of course.
So you drop off your regular working hard. And you're like, yes.
Oh, you guys got to see this.
Yes.
Is this the
Yes.
invest hat?
I have to invest, So you jump into public, you jump into Fidelity, you jump into 401ks, your retirement account, and then you realize that, dang it, I'm still not getting ahead. I'm still getting screwed. So you drop that off and you say, hey, there's more money to be made. Let me jump into crypto.
Crypto
dad, right?
Oh God.
And then you mess around. You mess around and find out.
Right.
Rug pulls left and right.
Oh man.
Jumping on Ethereum.
Man, it's nothing like a fresh rock pool, man.
DeFi. I'm like, what the hell is going on? We got in with Cardano. And then after a while, you realize this is the solution.
Is that the evolution of Fidelity right now?
That is, man, champion. You got it. Now let's talk about it.
Okay, well, listen, man. I was trying to catch up to what was going on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I put it together, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're connected 2 and 2, something like that. So Fidelity now says, well, at least they have a whole little pamphlet which they've made here, and it says the risk and benefits of crypto.
I find it interesting that they did not say Bitcoin outright.
Well, let's let's just go through what it says, right? What they're saying here, and then over to you. Let us know what you think of this. So, one of the things they talk about here is the risk, right? Which is volatility. I mean, volatility is part of the market. Right?
You go have you seen SPY lately?
Right. Yeah, it's very volatile.
Lately?
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And so they also bring up regulatory uncertainties. Government regulations largely affect new markets. And since crypto is still new, right, it may take time for policymakers to establish and evolve clear guidelines. So, I mean, there's an acknowledgement that it is new and that this is going to be here and there'll be guidelines coming for this in the future.
But I find it quite interesting though that a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines
Mm.
waiting for this specific risk to be rectified before they jump in, whereas the big dogs are already
Yeah.
in. Right?
I think if you're going to make massive money, it seems everyone who's made massive money, whereas Warren Buffett or Elon, those guys invested in whatever they were working on at the riskiest point.
Yep.
So there's something to be said for that.
Yep.
Security and scams. Not all cryptocurrencies or trading platforms are created equal, right? Some platforms are more secure than others, and some newer coins could be higher risk scam or could be a
Rug pull.
higher scam risk, aka rug pulls. They called it,
We
right?
were just talking about that at the beginning of this, right?
Exactly.
So
Right?
if you want to F around and find out, you mess around with a bunch of other crypto out there.
Exactly. Now here's where things start taking a turn.
Mm.
We get to the technical and environmental piece here. It says crypto can be stored privately in a non-custodial wallet,
Mm-hmm.
right, or a personal device like an app or an i or phone, laptop, or using a custodian like Fidelity.
Mm.
Two things here: they acknowledge self-custody.
Mm.
This is a traditional bank acknowledging self-custody, and then they also shield their
Their own
they
products.
also shield your product.
So,
Interesting
it's
times,
quite funny because when people want to invest, right,
right?
they rather trust a custodian,
Of
right?
course.
Which what the SEC has been doing around lately is like, oh, who's the trusted custodian?
Yeah.
And then they figure out which ones they want to protect.
Yeah.
Whereas even Fidelity agrees that you can store your own value without their need for them to store it for you, unless maybe you have a multi-billion
Well,
dollar
or,
Bitcoin portfolio.
or you could let them hold it for you, right? Now, for the environmental piece, it says some cryptocurrencies use mining to validate transactions, which may have environmental implications due to the energy intensive process,
Why didn't they say proof of
right?
work?
Well, I guess they're trying to just roll into it slowly. Yeah.
Proof
you
of
know?
stake versus proof of work.
Yeah. And so it says, but some miners use renewable energy that otherwise would have been wasted. All right. And then
It's
there's an
funny.
interesting fact here.
Yeah.
It says Bitcoin mining consumes an estimated 92.17 terawatts per hour per year and nearly one. Let me take that back. 92.17 terawatt hours per year. Jeez, man, why does this always confuse me? And nearly 60% of the electricity used in the power
Bitcoin.
to power Bitcoin mining, right, is from renewable sources.
That's a big change of direction right
It's
there.
definitely a big change of direction, given that Bitcoin is supposed to be what is supposed to end the wall with
Yeah.
all the mining going on.
Mhm.
So
I would like to say a little bit more about this environmental thing.
yeah,
So the next time in the bull market, when somebody out of nowhere says, "Oh, Bitcoin is destroying the environment," just come back and look at this video right here,
right.
and remember the Fidelity, one of the biggest banks out there, biggest funds out there. It's saying that Bitcoin does not impact the environment like the Fords usually say.
Is
So
this
it's
true?
good to say that. And there are times when it comes to impact on the environment has changed. This is 2023, by the way. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And if you're waiting on people to tell you the right time, yeah,
Waiting for Elon Musk to say, "Oh, he's back in the game."
yeah, you'll definitely be behind, right?
Yeah.
And so a few other things to talk about here is independence. Cryptocurrencies were designed to operate without the control of a single government or central bank, aka decentralization.
Coming from Fidelity.
I still can't believe it. Accessibility. Crypto can be easily accessed to everyone. Well, is can be easily accessible to everyone. Only an internet connection is required.
I would say that they
Mm,
were wrong on this one because now we can actually get our Bitcoin without internet
without
connection.
internet. Yeah.
I felt like they were describing Bitcoin this entire time.
I mean, a lot of it is, I mean, if you look at the thing, it's really describing Bitcoin.
But why are you calling it crypto?
You know, keep the people confused, I guess. I don't know.
Well, they've made a lot of investment in
Yeah.
Polygon and Ethereum, so they got to keep people interested in
Hey.
crypto.
You know? So, lower fees and faster time.
Yeah.
Right? Crypto transactions tend to have lower fees and faster times than traditional bank transactions. It's like shooting yourself in the foot with this one. What is going on?
I don't get it. So are you saying get off the Swift system and our established system and come and use this new system coming from Fidelity?
I think they're just saying transfer your crypto from the Fiat area of Fidelity to our new, crypto platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have the customers for it.
It's quite
Why not?
interesting. This is coming from Fidelity, guys. Just keep that in mind. So if Fidelity is doing that, remember what BlackRock is going to be doing pretty soon. once they
Hmm.
get it.
It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Right. And of course, they talk about independence
Mm.
here. Cryptocurrencies operate on a blockchain. Yeah. I mean, it's I here's the thing. They describe these blockchain things here, right? And this is the issue. This is where I have my reservations. Because when you look at Ethereum,
Mm-hmm.
they say it's blockchain and they say it's decentralized and all of this stuff, and they use all these buzzwords, but the
Mm-hmm.
reality is it does not operate that way.
Mm.
Um, I'm waiting to see if Fidelity is really going to push self custody because I really think that at the end of the day, is really just a ploy to move people to their exchange and have that control there,
Yeah, so
which would make transparency questionable. Honestly,
they've mentioned decentralized, they've mentioned owning your own private key here.
yeah,
So the question is, would Fidelity be coming up with a product, maybe a Fidelity wallet?
probably
That's a good
I
question.
can see that happening.
Yep.
Right. And the final one they had here is although cryptocurrencies can be highly volatile, they also have a high, what do you say, yield high returns in the past. They've also yield high returns in the past. And then they have this chart here. And
No,
it's interesting that this chart is
before the
just,
chart though, they talked about transparency and mainstream support.
right.
Yeah, that's a little section down there.
Oh,
Yeah,
volume.
yeah.
Has the volume moved? What
Moving.
happened?
Hey.
Guys, let us know if you can still if you're still having issues with the volume, and we can definitely adjust that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but carry on.
Yeah, so they talked about transparency, right? They said cryptocurrencies operate on blockchain technology that is fully public,
Right,
immutable, meaning it cannot be changed or altered. So they also get it. So they understand that the fiat system,
right.
although, you know, it's what we're using right now, they understand that it's not transparent. There's a lot of backdoor going on.
They definitely do.
We did that at the beginning of this video as well, with the all starting with investing and eventually realizing that there are dark pools out there
Right.
manipulating your stocks, and then you jump into crypto, and then you find out that, hey, wait a second, there's some interesting stuff going on here.
It's not what you thought.
FTX was not on the blockchain, man.
It wasn't. This is true.
It was literally operating like a regular bank.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I'm referring to when I say there's you have to question it when they
Yep.
talk about in that's
Yes.
transparency, if you will.
Said volume is low.
Is that the right one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's volume.
Just give me a second. I'm gonna adjust that again in a little bit, guys. Just give us a second here. We should probably speak louder.
Yeah.
That might help the situation.
Yep.
Right. So the final piece here is this chart which they have, and it says the value of one Bitcoin, and it shows this return that Bitcoin has demonstrated over the past year, right? Over the past few years.
Mhm.
And so they say in March 2017, Bitcoin was worth $975. Then $20,000 in December of 2017, reaching its all-time high of $69,000 in November of 2021, and currently sits at 18,000 as of September 22. It looks to me like typical technical analysis, man. Things go up and come back down.
Yeah.
Support and resistance levels, which now you also have to ask yourself, where does it go next?
Hey, have you seen the Tesla stock?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So interesting one. Double O. Any final thoughts before we wrap this one? We should also probably, if you have any comments,
Yes.
ideas you want to share.
We just started out this. We decided to do this topic today because when we talk to people about investing in Bitcoin and educating people about Bitcoin versus crypto and so on and so forth, a lot of people always hold back and say that it's not regulated.
Right.
They're waiting for everybody else to adopt it. It's very risky, all that good stuff, right?
Of course.
And what we're seeing here is that you should not sit down on the sideline. This is not financial advice. If the big investors, the big funds are already moving in,
Of
and you're
course.
sitting out here thinking, oh, it's too risky, you gotta ask yourself, to be a successful investor, there are some investment that you gotta get in at an early stage. That is why Warren Buffett is where he is now, and that is why Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. He believed in EVs before everybody else did and went all in.
Facts.
So same thing goes here. You either believe or sit on the sideline.
100%.
Same thing happened with the internet. If you were in the .com stages, in the early stages, you made a lot of money before the boom went busted.
Absolutely. I think this is also the same thing VCs do, right?
Yeah.
They invest at the riskiest point.
Yes.
Really, right?
Yes.
And again, like you said, there's no financial advice, and this stuff is not for everyone.
Mhm.
But I think for me and for us, really, we talk about Bitcoin every day because we see the promise of what it provides, right? So for me, I'm all in, right? And there's kind of like no two ways about it. You can't be half in, half out. I'm
You gotta
all in
be
for it.
bold,
Yeah.
brave, and believe.
Yeah, because I think if we're going to change this system,
Yeah.
right, you really just have to put it all on the line. I'm
Mhm.
not really interested because what else is there? We go back to the same garbage system. We're really living in it. So it is what it is.
It's
Right?
funny you mentioned that. So I was on the Twitter space this weekend,
Yeah.
and that was part of the conversation.
Mhm.
Was that a lot of people understand that we're in a garbage system, a messed up system,
Right.
but because of in America, people have just been designed. I guess they designed us to just accept it and say, okay, all right, it's already accepted,
Mm.
and they know the system is broken. The Congress cannot make decisions left or right. Then the fiat system, they literally tell us to our face now that they just printed out of tin here
Yeah.
without any proof of work. And then now we have a solution that Bitcoin that could save us from this madness.
Right.
And people just say, okay, the system is broken. What can
Yeah.
I do
What do we
about
do
it?
about it? Exactly. But I think that's why it's good to always expand your horizons, man.
Mhm. Get
Travel
out of
outside of the country,
Yeah.
for sure. That's usually the biggest thing, man.
Yep.
It gives you different perspective on
Yep.
how life can be.
Yep.
Even when you think you are at the best point or in the best place,
Mm-hmm.
right? You just get to realize that it's not that deep,
Yep.
right? So, L says, where can I get one of those Bitcoin caps? Where did you get that?
Oh man, Bitcoin Miami.
I think you got out of the show, didn't you?
Bitcoin Miami, yo.
Yeah.
I got this from Bitcoin Miami. But you
There
know
we
what? You know what can make this happen? BK
BK
Crypto.
actually, yeah.
BK Crypto has
That's true.
a website. BK, get this on your website, man, so that we
Exactly.
can get more buyers. This
Yeah,
is
so-
the future. You know,
This is the
tell
future.
the world that the future of money is Bitcoin, not crypto. Well, I know there's a lot of crypto people on the show, but you know,
Hey.
it's a good point though.
I think there'll be a place for crypto. You know, it
There
what
is
it
going to be a place for crypto. There's 20,500 or so more Bitcoin cryptos out there. A lot of them will not make it. Just remember .com all over again. A lot of them will not make it, and those that make it will be the one that makes it.
Absolutely.
But
Well, I think that's all we have for this one. And apologies for the volume again, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, sure.
We'll
Yeah.
check the setup again after this. But
Sure.
yeah, and we'll make sure it's sharp next time we're on. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, it's been absolutely incredible. Good days,
Be bold,
Yeah.
be brave, and believe.
Don't get rug pulled.
Don't get rock pulled.
Type exactly. Until next time, please subscribe to our channel. We are stuck here on YouTube.
Look at your voice, man. You're like,
Elton,
please.
he says that's all I'm involved in. That's all I'm involved and interested in is Bitcoin. Hey man, look at that.
Rock pulled too many times, man.
Elton, man.
Random, find out.
Random, find out. Absolutely. Right. Well, please do not forget to subscribe or follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Right. If you drop some suggestions there, man, we'll do videos about it. We're also on Facebook. I don't feel like anybody who is in here in this demographic is on Facebook, but you never know. We're there. And of course, we fired Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, Instagram.
We can't fire Twitter with the Twitter.
Well, it is what it is, man. Maybe I was thinking about it. And of course, we're on Spotify as well, Stack.
Yes, sir.
Have a spectacular week, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
sir.
And until next time, raising out.
Double O, bold, brave, believe, Bitcoin.